Hey, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel where we talk all about gentle products that are friendly to your skin. And today we're talking about eczema. You know, it is eczema season where I live. It is late fall, going into early winter soon enough. And as the temperatures drop, as it gets colder, as the air gets drier, my eczema is more likely to flare up. And that's what today's video is all about. It's all about the kind of philosophy for managing your eczema symptoms. I'm going to talk about some of the things that you want to keep your eye on as you're creating your skincare routine around eczema. I'm also going to be talking about certain ingredients that you want to look out for. And of course, I've got product recommendations too. So if you do have sensitive skin or even just dry, itchy skin, or you just love skincare, please consider hitting subscribe anytime during this video to see more content from me. All right, let's jump into it. Give the video a big thumbs up and let's get started. Today's video is just really going to be coming from my experience with fairly mild eczema, but I really want to encourage you, if you've been trying a lot of different things at home and nothing really seems like it's working, please go see a dermatologist. Please go see a doctor who can help you with the management of these symptoms. There's only so much that we can do at home, and sometimes it really is best to get help from the professionals. So one of the first steps to managing eczema is understanding your triggers, because then you may be able to avoid them altogether, or at least be prepared when the situation occurs. There's lots of different triggers out there, so definitely get in tune with yours, but some to consider would be allergies, common irritants. It could also be due to weather changes, dry and cold, sort of severe weather, stress, sweat. There's a lot of different ones out there. So definitely, practice a little bit of skin tuition when your skin is flaring up with eczema and try to see if you can't figure out what might have triggered it in the first place. Understanding your triggers is definitely going to take you a long way in your management, but now you really have to build a routine that is going to help you with maybe an existing flare-up on your skin. And I really do think of it as like a three-prong approach. You need to reduce the itch, you need to moisturize and nourish your skin, and then you need to protect it and promote healing. So let's talk about reducing the itch first, because when you have eczema, that's the first thing that you want to do. You just want to get rid of that intense itching, that it's so intense it's almost to the point of being painful on your skin, right? You need to take care of this first and foremost, because scratching is not the answer. I know it's what you want to do right now. I know, because it hurts so bad and scratching feels so good. But it's definitely not what you want to do, because it can just make things so much worse. Not only is it going to make the skin more red, inflamed, but it's also potentially going to break up that scaly patch, opening up your vulnerable raw skin. It's basically a wound, opening it up to potential infection, which is just going to make things like 10 times worse, right? So keep your fingers off of your eczema. Please do not scratch, and instead look to soothing skincare to not only soothe the redness and the inflammation, but to really target that itch and that pain on your skin. When I think about ingredients that calm and soothe the skin, top of my mind is Centella. Most definitely. This is a really soothing type of skincare ingredient, and it can really go a long way to alleviating itch. So one of my favorite products for eczema is the Roche-Posay Cicaplast Balm. This stuff is so good. This features Medicated, which is the active compound found in the Centella plant that is responsible for the soothing elements. So we're really kind of isolating that compound, and its benefits, its soothing benefits, are like really amplified in this formula. They also use panthenol, which I think is a great marriage to the soothing Medicated, because panthenol is a soothing ingredient on its own. It helps you hydrate the skin, which is important because when you have eczema, you actually are more prone to water loss from that area of your skin. So getting lots of hydrating ingredients is a big part of your skincare routine with eczema. But the panthenol is also also very good for your skin's moisture barrier. And if you are looking to prevent eczema flare-ups or even just to heal eczema on your skin in the first place, you do need to have a strong skin barrier function. So panthenol is a really excellent ingredient along with medicated. So this is an anti-irritation cream that can be put anywhere that you're feeling irritation and itch. It can be layered underneath your skincare routine, like right before your moisturizer, or it can even be put on top of your moisturizer throughout the day whenever you need relief. This is multi-purpose and it's got your back. I like the texture of this because it's kind of an emollient, hydrating and moisturizing cream, but it's not really thick. And I have used this on my lip eczema with really good success. This really does help keep my fingers off of my eczema, and it also helps keep my mind off of the pain and the itch of my eczema patch and just kind of lets me leave it alone so it can get on to healing. Colloidal oatmeal is another ingredient that's particularly good for targeting itchy eczema prone skin. Now you do find this traditionally in sensitive skin products because it does have a wonderful soothing quality to it, but it's particularly good for eczema prone skin because it also contains beta glucan compounds which soothe, hydrate, and moisturize the skin. We also have barrier supportive omega-3 and 6 fatty acids and a really good lipid content in here that helps to fight dehydration. So not only does it help to target the irritation and the itch, but it can also help to strengthen eczema prone skin as well. You can find 1% of colloidal oatmeal in the Roche-Posay Lipikar Eczema Soothing Relief Cream. Now before we go any further, you know that I like to be super duper transparent about any type of relationship that I have with brands or certain products. And so I just want to make you aware that I did recently do a sponsorship with La Roche-Posay, including this particular product. I'm not sponsored here on YouTube. I'm not like under like a long-term contract or anything. It's just a one deal Instagram type of thing. It's over now, but I want to be very clear about that, especially when I've recently worked with the brand, just so you know, this is not sponsored. I just really like this product and I've actually found a lot of relief from itch with this particular product, along with the Cicaplast, which I've discovered last year, and it really gave me a lot of relief too. This particular eczema cream is nice because it's got a little bit more of an emollient, moisturizing, slightly thicker, creamy type of texture. It feels more actually like a face moisturizer than Cicaplast does. La Roche-Posay also uses niacinamide and thermal water in this formulation. Niacinamide is really great for strengthening your skin's moisture barrier, and the thermal water is considered a prebiotic, which helps with a healthy skin microbiome, which also helps with a healthy moisture barrier function. All things that are really crucial to keep your eye on if you do have eczema prone skin. So this is soothing, it's nourishing, it's thick, and it's creamy. And when your skin's really dry and you have eczema, this can definitely help to relieve that. Another ingredient that I found really good success with when it comes to relieving itch from eczema is Urea. Now this is actually a little bit more unique from the Centella and the colloidal oatmeal that we've talked about, because just like those ingredients, it does hydrate, moisturize, soothe the skin, relieve itch on the skin. Great anti-inflammation ingredient. What makes Urea unique from those ingredients though is that it does have the capability to soften the rough scaly patches from eczema. It's not chemical exfoliation, but it just has the ability to break down those rough clumps, those rough patches on your skin and help to smooth it out. And I know when I get lip eczema, which is very obvious, it's like, you know, right there on my face, I am very tempted to try to like rub it off the scaliness. I'm really tempted to do that because it helps temporarily, not in the long run. It makes it worse in the long run, but it temporarily kind of makes it look better. You know what I'm saying? So instead of doing that, I discovered Urea, and it does really help to break up that scaly patch a lot, you know, a lot gentler, a lot more safely than just like rubbing a rough washcloth over it. Ugh. One of the creams that I found that works really well is the Naturekind Super Barrier Urea 5% cream. So as the name suggests, 5% of urea in here. We also have medicated, and we also have panthenol, which are both excellent ingredients. And I like the texture of this because it's like a cream gel texture, so it's not too heavy. This is actually lighter than the 2 creams that we've already talked about, making it ideal for layering up multiple times throughout the day, making it ideal for wearing underneath skincare. Chef's kiss, excellent for eczema. So those 3 products are really the targeted anti-irritation, anti-itch types of creams. You can use them all over your face or your body. You can use it just on your eczema patch over and over and over again to bring relief. This next product is very complementary to, one of those 3 products, because this is kind of an all over calming face treatment. Because I personally find when I'm either feeling like a flare-up's about to happen or I'm in the middle of one, it's not just that one area on my face that is feeling irritated and itchy. Sometimes it's like a larger area or just my entire face. You know what I'm saying? So especially with face eczema, I really like the Bioderma Sensibio Soothing Mask, because this really calms down inflammation. It helps to reduce redness, and it really infuses my skin with much needed moisture, like when I said, when I'm pre-flare-up or in the middle of a flare-up. So this features lots of nourishing emollients. We have water binding sugar molecules. We also have brown seaweed, which is nourishing and soothing for the skin. And we have a fatty acid that's derived from licorice root that has really good, strong, calming benefits for your skin. It really does soothe irritation. And every time I use this mask, that's what I get from this. I get that wonderful soothing property. It reduces the redness and the inflammation on my skin within just like 10 minutes. And this texture, it's a creamy, but not greasy, but just a creamy texture that infuses with my skin and starts my skincare routine off with a really good, healthy dose of moisture. And that's actually the next tip when it comes to building your skincare routine. We reduce the itch and the irritation, but then we have to pack in lots and lots of moisture to really treat the dry skin. So let's talk about moisturizing and nourishing your skin, because I just really feel like dry skin is like the invitation to eczema to pop up and say hello. As much as you want to pack in moisturizers, and we're going to talk about those in a second, moisturizers and emollient ingredients, I would say before you even start layering skincare onto your skin, think about how you're cleansing your skin, because it is really one of the more harsh drying practices that we do on our skin. So if you are prone to eczema flare-ups, be incredibly careful in your cleansing process, because some of those ingredients can really dry your skin out, starting you at like a really negative place when it comes to building moisture on your skin. You want really gentle cleansers. I always suggest looking for a cleanser that has a low pH around 5.5 and something that doesn't feel like it makes your skin feel squeaky clean after you've used it, because that's not a sign that your cleanser is working effectively to remove dirt, and sunscreen and makeup at the end of the day. It is a surefire sign that your cleanser is stripping essential moisture from your skin. And with eczema prone skin, you don't have anything extra to give over to a cleanser. You know what I'm saying? So respect your skin, find something that's really gentle. There are milk cleansers that are available that actually infuse your skin with extra moisture in the cleansing process, and that can feel really soothing when your skin is feeling really itchy and dry. La Roche-Posay has a Lipikar wash that's specifically formulated for eczema prone skin. What I like about it is it's a mix between like a milk cleanser and a gel cleanser. So you kind of get the best of both worlds if you're not totally into milk cleansers. But what I particularly like about this one is it can be used on your face, but it can also be used on your body. Never neglect what you're doing on, like if you're getting face eczema, never neglect the fact that it could happen on your body at any point in time too. So it's nice to have something shower side that is incredibly gentle, keeping your skin moisturized and not stripped. When I am feeling that eczema itch on my body, I might follow up that really gentle cleanser with the Bioderma Atoderm Ultra Nourishing Anti-Irritation Cleansing Oil. This product does have some artificial fragrance in it. Since this is part of Bioderma's sensitive skin line, they have tested the fragrance on people to make sure that it's not going to trigger irritation. So I just want to let you know that they have kind of gone the extra mile with the particular fragrance that they're using in this product. But as you know, skin doesn't always act in a uniform way. Everybody is different. And we do know that artificial fragrance is kind of a mixed bag. You never quite know what compounds went into making that unique artificial fragrance, right? And so that's why, the advice is for sensitive skin or eczema prone skin is just to avoid it because it's just easier. You know what I mean? It's just easier to avoid potential common irritants. But really the heart of this is know your skin because I usually don't recommend products with artificial fragrance. All of the products in this video, except this one, do not contain any artificial fragrance, so don't worry about that. But I did want to speak on this because sometimes eczema prone skin can use artificial fragrance, but it's all about knowing how your individual skin reacts. I've been using this for over a year. I haven't had any problems with it. This works for me and it is geared towards sensitive skin. So at the heart of this is know your skin. I wanted to do a little bit of a rant on that because sometimes you can get away with a little bit of fragrance in your products. So this is like a low foaming cleansing oil, not necessarily the type of oil that you would use to remove your makeup, but something that is super nourishing and moisturizing while also gently cleansing skin. And this feels so good when your skin is extremely dry. Not even when you have eczema necessarily, just when your skin feels super duper dry. This envelops your skin with moisture, especially good if you like shave and you know how your skin can feel a little irritated after shaving. Put this on right after. Oh, it's so soothing. It's so comforting and nourishing. It makes your skin feel so comfortable afterwards. I always do say that moisturizers along with sunscreen, those are the two trickiest skincare products to get just right for your particular skin. It's hard to nail it. Once you find what works, just stick with it because it can be hard, right? It's not just about skin type or skin condition. It's about what you particularly appreciate certain qualities within a moisturizer. But I will say, when it comes to eczema prone skin, you do probably want to look for something on the a little bit more moisturizing, nourishing side, but you definitely want to look for the quality of occlusivity in your moisturizer. Now is not the time to go for the super light, breathable gel types of moisturizers. You do want something that is really going to not only seal in all of the wonderful skincare that you've probably just put onto your skin to soothe that eczema patch, right? But it's also going to help promote healing by protecting that area and just moisturizing it, nourishing it, protecting it as it gets on its way to healing. There's a lot of different ways that you can do it. One of my favorite moisturizers that I personally reach for when my skin is going through, I was going to say a rough patch, but I mean that like literally like a rough patch of eczema, is Cerave moisturizing cream. And I like this because it does have a really good occlusive property to it because it uses petrolatum, which is like Vaseline or Aquaphor. So that's actually one of the gold standard occlusive ingredients out there, which I'm going to talk about in just a second. But it also has barrier supportive ingredients in it. It's not super duper heavy. It's not like a greasy moisturizer. Another one that I want to do a shout out to is actually something that is even heavier and richer than Cerave moisturizing cream, and that is another La Roche-Posay product. It's their Lipikar Balm AP, and this is definitely very nourishing on the skin. In fact, it's actually a little bit too nourishing for my particular skin on my face. It works, oh my gosh, when I have body itchiness, oh, this feels so good on my body skin. My face, it's a little thick, but sometimes I do use it when I just need that relief. But this relies on shea butter, which is a really beautiful emollient, really moisturizing ingredient with some occlusive properties. It also has some silicones in it too that really help to lock it down. And it is a much thicker texture that feels really comforting when your skin is extremely dry. So moisturizing was my tip number 2 of my 3-prong approach. And the third approach is protecting your skin and promoting healing. And the way you do it is actually with occlusive ingredients. So if you are getting a really good occlusive moisturizer, that might be all you need to hit not only tip number 2, but also tip number 3, right? But sometimes, no matter how good your moisturizer is, it's just not quite enough. And sometimes, depending on where your eczema is located, you're going to need to go the full mile with your occlusive protection. And this is definitely coming from my experience with lip eczema, because I can put as much moisturizer there as I want, but it wears off so quickly because of the location. And that's where petrolatum comes in. Like I said, this is basically like Vaseline, Aquaphor, and this is the gold standard ingredient when it comes to protecting your skin, to creating a really, really occlusive, impenetrable layer on your skin. This is what's going to protect your eczema patch as it's potentially oozing and weeping. Yep, been there. So my favorite is actually Aquaphor. I like that because there's a few other moisturizing elements in there than just petrolatum alone that feel really good, but it's still thick and protective on my skin. But sometimes, I will admit, as much as I love a good thick layer of Aquaphor like around my lip area where my eczema loves to flare up recently, I will tell you, I do shy away from putting that on other parts of my face because I'm afraid that it's going to cause some congestion on my skin. I will admit I do. And that's why I just want to do a shout out to this other product, because you may be needing the occlusivity, but maybe in something a little bit lighter than thickled Aquaphor or Vaseline. So this is the Colloidal Ceramiaid Medicated Skin Cream. This is a Japanese beauty product that I discovered again last eczema season. And this is a beautiful marriage between like a Vaseline petrolatum texture and like a cream. It's gorgeous. There's also some ceramide NP in here. There is that fatty acid derived from licorice root. Remember, it has that soothing anti-itch capability. We have that in here. And this is just a really nice lighter alternative to the traditional petrolatum products. So this is actually something that I've put all over my face when I just need that extra protective layer, when I feel my skin getting a little bit too dry, when I feel like the eczema might be coming up to say hello. That's when I can use something like this. And for my particular skin, for my particular situation, this works perfectly for like an all over face application. But if you have body eczema, if you have it in kind of like an area where it's just hard to keep product on the skin long term, that's when you want to go for the thicker Vaselines and Aquaphors. It creates that occlusive layer that promotes healing and keeps that patch protected. So if you have any additional eczema tips to offer our community, let us know in the comment box below, because I always feel like the comments are just like that open area for all of us to discuss and share all of our wonderful discoveries with each other. And if this video helped you out, gave you some aha moments, or gave you some product ideas, you haven't hit subscribe to my channel yet, please do consider hitting subscribe if you want to see more skincare tip videos just like this one. I release lots of new skincare videos throughout the week too, so you might want to consider turning on the notifications if you want like a weekly dose of skincare on your YouTube feed. I hope you guys are healthy, happy, and safe. I cannot wait to talk to you in the next video, and I'll see you soon. Bye.